Oh, hey, Shawnee, and I'm back with the episode of Shawnee's Lab. So, in the latest political news, um, President 45 has decided that he's going to build the wall. So I'm guessing that he's gotten the budget he needed. He's gotten, everything and the tools or whatever. So I wanted to come on here quickly discuss that. Now, everyone is saying that, people who are participating and who are members of the 80 West movement, that we are against immigration and that we're against immigrants and that, we want everyone to be thrown out of this country, which isn't true. It's just, it comes to a point now where black people have politically sharpened up. We've gotten into our heads that, fuck this, nobody's looking out for us. Nobody has promises us anything. And even if they do, they don't fall through. Nobody's coming to us with specific plans, but they want us to focus on shit like immigration and this, that, and the third. So when it comes down to this build the wall rhetoric, I'm not sure if Congress. I mean, I'm assuming that Congress, some members of Congress approved this and some went against it. But at the end of the day, he is the president. And if you read the Constitution, you realize that the president has more power than a lot of people realize, which is why that famous quote by Obama, "Stand still, don't make me force my hand." At the end of the day, yes, they can veto and send shit back and forth through the presidential office and Congress, but at the end of the day, the president has the last say. Now, I'm not going to say I necessarily agree with the building of the wall, but I wanted to come in here and talk about, is this or is this not a problem for ADOS? Now, some people are saying that, oh, this is going to affect us and, oh, he's trying to keep us in. I'm like, there's no way you can keep an American citizen in America. If you have a passport, if you have your means to travel, you can go in and out of the country. There has not been a ban nor a law set place where it says, Americans could not travel. And I don't know what people think the wall means. The wall just literally means building a wall between the territories of where Mexico is and where, the United States starts. Granted, the United States is, a part of, it's kind of right, it's right on that teeter-totter, which is why it's easy for people to get in and out. And then some people were bringing up the fact that, what about the people who come here on temporary visas and overstay their welcome? Well, that means that someone needs to go to these embassies and kind of crunch down on, the tracking process. So if someone's coming over here with a temporary visa or they're visiting or whatever, vacation, the embassy needs to, stay in contact with those people. They need to make sure that these people are reporting, when they're coming, how long they're staying. And if you have a visa for example, I had a Jamaican friend in high school, and she came here. She was about 15, so she had a green card. And I remember she would be asking some days, and I would be texting her, and she'd be like, oh, I had to go down to the embassy, refill out for my green card and this, that, and the third. So, until you are a fully United States citizen, you have to keep going to the embassy. So I don't understand people who keep coming on here and talking about, what about the people that overstay their welcome? If you're overstaying your welcome, that means you've done some real slick shit to get past the embassy or just to get past, the government in general. But for the most part, you have to stay in contact with the embassy, and you also, if you're going to extend your stay, you have to go to the embassy to let them know. Especially if if you got over here, with the intent to become an American citizen, there's paper trails and things like that you have to keep up in order, to not just be sent back. So, that right there, this right here lets us know that immigration is a problem in America. And it's not to say that, we're against immigration. We're against illegal immigration. We're here illegally. You cannot expect foundational black Americans or shit, any American for that matter, to really be on your side. Even foreign people who come over here, legitimately, they're not even on your side. They're like, well, you know what? I got over here legally, and you know what? I was talking to a foreign woman from India, and she was saying, when people do shit like that, it makes it harder for people to get papers and citizenship and apply for green cards because, now, the government, the embassies and stuff, now they have to crunch down on, well, shit, who's here that's not supposed to be here, who's overstaying their welcome, who's slipped under our radar, So that's really what's happening. I don't understand, why people aren't getting politically sharp. This is why, I encourage people to read newspapers. I encourage people to talk to others. There was, like foundational Americans, ADOS members, like you have to talk to everyone. You have to, put things in perspective and see where people really are, Just because you have a certain group of people who feel as though, people are just against illegal immigration, that's not really true. It's not about being against anything. It's just simply us saying, well, this isn't really our problem. And, I don't see this as an ADOS problem at all. I really don't. First of all, we have gentrification going on. We have schools closing. We have, a lack of black businesses. We have a lack of black, political togetherness, So focusing on us is not a problem. That's what all other groups do, and I don't understand how people don't understand that. But, again, it looks like Trump has been able to, get the funding or get his wall off the ground. We'll see how far this goes. We'll see if it even gets implemented. But, in the political news, they're saying that, Trump is, beginning to build his wall. What do you guys think about that? Are you against it? Do you hate it? Do you feel like, people who could care less, do you feel like they are against illegal immigration, even though, keyword illegal? Or do you feel like, as an American, so I'm going to ask my Americans, my black, my white, and, Chinese Americans, whatever, do you feel as though you should be on the side of illegal immigration and the fact that, the embassy, ICE, and all these other groups, all these other American, what do we call this thing? Well, any of these American, embassies that are set up, for immigration, do you feel like they're wrong? Do you feel like Trump is wrong? Now what I will say is that the only reason why I say he's wrong for the wall is because Trump's wife is an immigrant, as well as, all we need is swifter border control. I'm not sure if a wall is necessarily the way to go, because it makes America itself looks like, we're just trying to shut people out, which is not true. We just don't want a whole bunch of illegal people over here in this country. So like I said, you guys, let me know what you think about this whole thing. Are you with it? Are you against it? Do you feel like people are hating? Let me know.